Hello, and welcome to Sunday. If it isn't abundantly clear by my talks yesterday or the fact that we have this odd setup, we're talking about one album that has kind of changed my taste in music over the past year, and that would be my review of Pup's The Unraveling of Pup the Band. Um, this album came out 1 year ago on April 1st, 2022, and I own 6 copies of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This one I got at Newberry pretty close to release, and this one was on release. Not too sure which one I got first, but this one is the first pressing, I believe, and all of these are other variants that I've picked up over the past year, because they keep pressing color variants and I keep buying them because I am a poor fool. Anyway, I while I do love this album, I think I enjoy Morbid Stuff, the band's third studio album, a lot more. And while this album is great in itself, I wanted to talk a bit about it today. So there's going to be a link in the description to my write-up on this, and yeah, if you are interested in that, give it a read. But I'm going to go by track, talking about this album. So first off, it's very different from what the band's produced before. Pup kind of takes a jab at the music industry, and they treat themselves as a board of directors for either a company or some political thing or whatever. It's pretty wild, and it's an interesting concept. Their quote-unquote unraveling is the band coming to terms with their newfound status. They're back when they were just a new band, they were only worried about themselves, but now they have people to care about, people who rely on them for accountants, managers, family. Like, they actually need to worry about what they're doing as a band. They are constantly fighting with their music in the space, while they have a great niche carved out for them, and like they're one of the sweetheart bands of that niche, the punk rock, indie rock, punk scene. They're doing great there, but that they're coming to terms with their age as well. Like, they're almost 10 years older than they were when they made this album. I just realized that the copyright on this says 2021. Probably because that's when the record was recorded. I think this is the newest one I got like this week, I think. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry, it's just something I just noticed looking at the back. Speaking of, here's the back. So they've been coming to terms with that, and this is kind of the thoughts of that. This was also recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic, when these guys were just trapped in a house for like 5 months on end. So it's pretty interesting. First song, 4 chords. It was recorded by the lead singer, Stefan Babcock, on piano, something that we've never seen on Pup before. We've never heard of piano. We've never heard synths, which we'll hear a lot in this record. Never heard of saxophone, which comes up in the last song. And it's pretty interesting to hear about that. 4 chords, wonderful little piece about what I just talked about, a band coming to terms with their board of directors and how they have to worry about money, have to worry about tours, planning, everything like that. It erupts halfway through the song after playing a wrong chord. Speaking of, the song is only 4 chords on piano, into just a beautiful, wild symphony of distortion. That's the word. There's a lot of distortion on the song. It kind of follows the same trend as This Tour Doesn't Kill You, I Will, which leads into DVP on their sophomore album, The Dream Is Over. kind of follows the same trend into leading into Totally Fine, which is just an explosion of classic PUP energy. It's probably one of the most high energy songs on the record, save for Waiting, which we'll get to in a little bit. It's just great PUP energy. The music video for that is incredibly wild too. Everything I talked about them becoming a corporation. PUP music videos are always insane, and this is no exception. Next up, Robot writes a love song. Stefan wanted to write a genuine love song, but because he's him, he couldn't. So after changing his perspective, because most of the songs that are written from his perspective, after writing from a different perspective, such as one from a robot, which is a pretty unique take, he was able to make a pretty funny song. And yeah, if you know anything about computers like me, you get to hear the incredible insanity and hilarity that is that song. Even if you don't understand computers that much, you know, it's still a great listen. Matilda, another pretty unique song. Last one was from the point of view of a robot in love. This one's a point of view of Stefan's guitar that he got on his first tour because his other guitar broke. He got one from his friend who allowed him to use it to finish the tour. He ended up keeping the guitar, and it's been traveling with him since. Although, however, now it's been rather neglected, and the song was written from that point of view. Incredible guitar on that song, as expected. Probably some of the best on the record. I think I said... What is it? Relentless. What? I can't remember too much about Relentless. We'll skip it for now. It'll come to mind. 4 chords, part 2, 5 chords. He learns another chord. He's still talking about the board of directors up their backs. The best part is about him voting to end democracy in this band. Hilarious. Funny stuff. It's whatever. Waiting. The most high energy song on this record. It's just insane amount of distortions. Just basically metal. It's basically metal on this. It's great. Habits, another super synth heavy song. Probably the heaviest synth use in this entire record. Really fun one. I think one of my favorites. Cutting Off the Corners, pretty weak song, but it was written about death of the band member, so you can't really fault it for that. One of the weaker songs on the record. Same with Grim Reaping. Can't really say much about it. 4 chords, part 3, Diminishing Returns. It's just a couple of words, nothing to speak about there. And then the final song, Pub the Band Incorporated is filing for bankruptcy, is basically the band being as pop as they can, just being so self-indulgent, unhinged. It's a mess, and it's a song made for them. It's a wonderful album, and yeah, Relentless is pretty weak too. I can't really say anything notable about it. Again, if you want to hear the full write-up, it's in the description below. I'm glad I own this album 6 times over, and I'll probably be picking up every other record this band released because I have no self-control. Oh boy. Anyway, that's what we're going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow because it's going to be very busy. And for now, let me redo that. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.